I finished basically the poly paint for this guy. The idea behind the poly paint was not that necessarily this is going to be the color I'm going to go with. This is all the general color I'm going to go with, but this is mainly just to have something for Substance Painter. So at this stage now that we're done with like ZBrush, we will just need to um, export the high res and the decimate the low mesh also. Export it, make the UVs in Rism. That being said, it was not really like divided in the most like thoughtful way, this guy. And let's just look at the amount of like million of polys I have on this guy. It's oh shit, it's only 40. Is that really only 40 million? I mean, I still cannot like just bake it in one go, but I might just need to separate him in two parts because I well, actually, you know what? I also have a new PC. I'm gonna have to upgrade the specs on Twitch. I just realized. Yeah, so I might actually be able to handle more than 25 millions this time, but I don't want to like test that during the stream. So let's just be conservative, and I'll at least like split him into if I really have 40 millions for this character. So yeah, let's do a merge visible. All right. So here's the guy. This is our yeah, it is 39 million. That's our guy. 39 million. Wow, it's pretty cool, eh? I don't have much lag with this mesh anymore. All right, cool. Um, so yeah, I'll just need to split them in two pieces so that like they both equal 25 million. I think the easy thing to do would be to split at the arms and the legs. So that's what I shall do. I think my poly groups are still like not integral to all the meshes, so I'm gonna try to do this here. Oops. And use a selection to kind of like, wait, did it really do that? Okay, let's remove the poly paint for a sec. Why is it not applying itself to the entire mesh? Like that's working, but it's not working on this one. Did it like fuse the mesh together? Oh. Okay, you know what? We'll do it differently. We'll delete that mesh. And yeah, we're gonna just like separate them here. Actually, I think the arms are already everything at the bottom here. Yeah. Maybe not those. All the rest of the bottom here, I think they're all arm meshes. All right. FX Sculptor, yo. It's the, not Mecha Wawa, Mega Wawa. There's only the hands on this guy that's mechanical. Yeah, the legs are almost pretty much like a mesh already. I'm just gonna like deactivate them and see what's left. Yeah, okay. So once I split those, oh, those have subdivision. All right. And yeah, the emissive, I have to detach them, so that's something that I have to remove from this here. Because I'm going to call in Arnold. Well, Max, I should say. I'm going to call in Max to have these like as like emissive objects, so they can't be part of the mesh. Okay, so now if I merge this, will I have under 25 million polys? That is the question. Ah, dude. I pressed the merge down by accident. Okay, it was just these here. Merge visible. How much we have? 20 million. That's good. Which means that the other one is going to be 28. Let's check. So these together, 18. Oh yeah, I had 39 million polys. Okay, that's good. By the way, is the sound still good? Let's try and go get the other self-illuminating meshes, put them all together. So basically I'm just like sorting stuff right now. None at the back. Let's confirm. Okay, all right. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. Perfect. Okay, now question, is there any meshes? Well, like for example, the saliva, I don't want it to be part of what I bring to substance. I don't have any UVs to put on it, and I don't want it to bake near the face either. This is going to be like just like a mesh with whatever shader I'm going to find in Arnold. So I'm going to keep that as an individual thing. The little hair as well, I don't need UVs on them, so I'm going to consider them like a detached mesh from the rest. But the rest is pretty much like... The rest is pretty much what I'm going to be using. Am I going to detach the skin from the model? No, I am not. I'm going to leave it as is, and I might separate it later in Max. Okay, so again, these are here I'm going to be using. I'm going to merge down everything else. Do I have layers that's going to destroy my poly paint? Just double checking. I have no layers. Do I have morph targets? I don't have morph targets. Perfect. So let's merge down everything. All right, so these are the this is how I'm going to break down this character into like baking and stuff. So I can delete this. All right, let's save this guy into like a bake file, bake ZTLs. All right, saved. I think I'm already going to delete those here. Big ZTL, all right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the low mesh version for everything. Let's start with this one. Let's do a duplicate. And I won't be keeping the poly paint. I'm just going to do a decimation. So decimate current. Go. I'll go do my lunch, dinner, not lunch. Actually, where I come from in Quebec, when we say dinner, we're referring to the lunch most of the time. Like, not even in the States, it's not even like an American thing, because in the State, or even like in English Canada, when they say dinner, they mean like supper, like what you eat at night. But in Quebec, when we say dinner or dîner en français, it actually means lunch. And we say supper, souper, for supper, or what people consider dinner. It's 7 p.m. in France also, so you guys have the same daylight saving time as us right now, I think, because like I think for like everywhere in the world, for at least for like countries that have daylight saving time, it's not like everywhere at the same time that we change the hours. I don't even know what country do have like daytime saving light and who doesn't. And I know also there's like there's like a 2 weeks, 3, 4 weeks period where like some people have it, some don't. Like I know sometimes I'm 5 hours away of France, like France time, and sometimes it's well, usually it's 6, sometimes it's 5. See, that's the kind of like quality things you learn on my channel while I'm decimating, so it's my pleasure. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna try to get that camera working, maybe like this week or something. And I think I have an idea of like how to make like a little like light setup that could actually look good. So I might be able to enhance like this situation over here. Plus, I always wanted a camera. My wife wants a camera. It was time to get it. And I always told myself if I stream for like more than a year and I still like it, I was going to actually put a little bit of money into it. So yeah, that's what's happening. So you had the changing of time for a week now? Yeah. See, that's I think it was like 3 weeks ago. Am I liking it? Um, you mean like the new audio setup, like my mic, or do you mean like the camera? Everything including streaming. Yeah, I really love streaming. The only problem is I'm so busy, and it's kind of like sometimes I just feel like it's in my way of like doing like my obligations, right? Um, but I mean, I do love it. If it was not for like my obligations, I would probably stream like 2 3 times per week, maybe even more. Well, the same with it. Like I go to the gym 3 times a week, but if I had all the time in the world, I would go probably 4 times. It's like I feel like I'm missing just a little bit. But I mean, there's just so much like projects to do, things to take care of, and yeah. Allez, pizza vroom. Somebody's having pizza. All right, it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure I can go down to almost like about like 1,000,000.3 for the low mesh of this guy. So let's just like aim. I think normally like 2% gets me there. So this is what I get for the decimation for the moment, and we are at 800K. So we're under 1.3, and I don't really think that I'm going to need more than that. This is very decent topology. I mean, in terms of like the how dense it is, uh, this is going to be like hardly animatable, though. But yeah, I'm saying that because I've been like I started to play with Character Creator to make some like animations and stuff, and like to be able to handle like the mesh in Character Creator, it needs to be like pretty freaking low. Results are still good though, but this is probably like 5 6 times too heavy of a mesh to be able to animate in Character Creator. But I mean, look, okay, so yes, last time I was like, hey, maybe I can show you like something that I did in Character Creator, and let me take a sec. I'll show you. I'll show you. It's nothing like it's nothing game breaking, but it's something I had fun doing. And like I said, I really did need to um I really did need to like understand how the software works first. So basically like I took one of like the old like Mega Man Xeno that I did, and it's just like it's a very like dense decimation because like the character has to be like under like 300 polys, and even at 300 it's like some meshes that are like very dense, they really lag. So this is just like a super hardcore decimation. It doesn't really work with characters that are too mechanical because character creators mesh, they don't import the normals really well, and that destroys any hard surface characters. I actually send them a message asking if they can check into like having something where like when you import a mesh, it actually like keeps the normals so that like my hard surface still looks good in the thing. This is also rendered from character creator with their own lighting and everything. It's like it does like decent things. And so basically, yeah, so this guy is like heavily decimated. I basically just like slapped like some like textures I did on the character. Like the like retopo UV's baking texture, it took like maybe like not even an hour to do with the same technique I'm showing right now. And the in character creator, basically like creating like a fake rig, doing like some like skinning polish that's like almost not necessary, and slapping like an animation on top is it's like super quick. Like I can be done like in under an hour, and then like setting up some lights and stuff. I mean, I did like play around a lot, so I wasted like a bit of time just like playing around. But I mean, if I just like go like and I do it like I streamline it, it's really cool. Like I might actually show that process like at some point. I just think it's kind of cool. So yeah, I might try to like on other characters and stuff. Now there's like kind of like limitations and whatever. Like it's really hard to. There's no real like there's no animations for the like the fingers really, and there's no facial animation that's like really easy to do. Those like get time consuming, but if you know like the limitation of the software and what it does good and fast, I feel like you can do like animations like this fairly quickly for like any models that you did in ZBrush. So yeah, I might actually play with that a little bit in the future again. So yeah, for the moment, this is not a mesh that's going to be animatable in Character Creator, but it's going to make for a nice render in Max. And plus, at the end of the day, if like I do it this way, and I bake and I texture and I put it in Arnold, and at some point I want to animate it, well, I already did the texture in Painter. I just need to decimate it even more, just rebake it, and it's going to just like put everything I did in Painter is going to be like one for one, just like a translation on this character. It goes like really fast. So like I'm not really bothered by the mesh itself, knowing that Substance Painter will reapply everything to the new mesh afterwards. Yeah, so that was for one mesh. I should have started the decimation of the other mesh while I was talking. All right, pre-process this one as well. Oh, wait, no, cancel. I have to duplicate first. And then pre-process. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate when I can, and boy, man, when I started playing that game, I knew it was going to be a problem. As in, like it's pretty good. It really like brings me back to it really brings me back to what it is to play Dungeons and Dragons with friends. So yeah, like, I'm really just like looking for any opportunity I can to play. But lately, I had zero basically because, like I said, pretty busy and such. But oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to have some time. Like maybe tonight, we'll see. We'll see. But I want to play with like the new camera and fiddle with that as well. So yeah, a lot of things on my plate. And I've just finished the Elementalists. They're going to be revealed really soon, and I think I'm probably going to take like a small break from the Neo Apocalypse and just like play around with like other like less intense project. Let's just say, just to relax a bit. Because you see, like something like this, the Mega Wowo or the Mega Gato I did right before that, or any of like the things I did on Twitch. Like for me, they're more like relaxing projects because like I already know that art direction. I already know how I need to do everything about these characters. They're just like a matter of like going with the flow of things. Whereas when I do something like the Elementalist, I'm always trying to go somewhere that like I haven't gone before. I mean, I think my style always resonates anyway at the end, but there's still like somewhat of a like an exploration that I like to do, that I let myself do, especially. But it comes with like it requires more how can I say like brain power, I would say. So it can get exhaustive. It can take a long time. So before I go to do something like that, like with this heaviness again, I'm going to just like do a little bit of things just for fun. All right, we're getting there. Baldur's Gate 3 is quite the game. Really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, I agree. It's just there's like a couple of games now that I want to play. Like I haven't played game for pretty much like 3-4 months now, just because of everything I had to do. And then I jump back and I have like a wish list of games that I want to try. And well, I'm starting with Baldur's Gate, and I'm just like, I'm never going to see the end of that list. Hey, whatever. I need to put my priorities in the right place. Okay, so you see, we got 700K for this one. How's the yeah, like this part, the hard surface part might actually have some like baking issues where like I will probably need to play around with the smoothing in Max to get like a clean look. The rest looks pretty decent. I think I'm gonna just like tell him to go to 3%, just to help it a little bit. See, 1 million. It's gonna be all right. How much did it help for the? Yeah, it doesn't really help that much for these parts though. Maybe it's a bit useless. Yeah, we're gonna keep it on the low side, and we're gonna. Yeah. Okay, and now for stuff that's a bit more trivial, these. Like these we're not going to need to bake, so I don't need any IRES. 12 million, 12,000. We're not gonna need 12,000. I'm gonna like decimate to like. There we go. Okay, I lost nothing, and it's a bit more low mesh, so that's good. The saliva, like I said, I'm just going to need a low mesh version, so I'm actually just gonna subdivide and decimate. 6K for this. I'm gonna keep it just in case like transparency is better with this thing. Okay, and the everything that's like the self-illumination, I'm going to also subdivide and decimate pretty low because I can even decimate lower than that. This is just going to make like an illumination, so as long as like the silhouette is not like faceted, see, like that's going to be more than all right. So this is our high res, this is our low. Basically, you know if it's a high res or a low res just by the color of the poly paint, and that's how I go by recognizing these things. All right, so this is our fully low meshed character. Let's save that file here. When the triangles are messy, does it mean that it's not well shapen? Oh, sorry, I don't really understand that question. Okay, let's export. So this is going to be the high res. So now I'm going to go and put them into a bake files. Those are going to be the official bake files. Also, that bake files folder I deleted at the end. I always keep the ZTL. So let's call it body. Let me go body HP. It's gonna take a little while to export, but too long. Oh, there was a question. Sorry, I didn't notice. Did you work on some Baldur's Gate 3 models? Yeah, we worked on a lot of them, actually. Let me show you. I can bring up the... Oops. Wait, reset. Just, did anybody notice that like ArtStation kicks you out a lot now? Yeah, oh my god, but yeah, I don't know. It's really annoying though. All right, so this is the portfolio of Chaos Masons of my company, and see a bunch of stuff we did. Here we go, Baldur's Gate. So these are all the armors we did. Plus, like, I mean, sometimes there's like different versions of the armor, like the male, female, or like the downgraded or upgraded version. Like, there's a lot of work in there. And so yeah, it was really fun. It was cool. Really happy to be able to see those armors in the game. A lot of cool stuff. Like the Drow armor is pretty nice. Yeah, I had to log in multiple times just yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the high res was exported. Let's export the other high res. Boom, let's call it arm leg. Nice work, really. Thank you. You've worked even on PUBG. Yeah, I mean, we were like the one company that were making characters for PUBG at the very beginning. We were like exclusive with them like for a long, long time, and it's pretty much the first like huge gig that we had. I'd say like sometimes we talk about PUBG like the thing that puts us on the map actually, because we didn't know it was going to be that popular, but it did. So it was fun. It was cool. All right, let's continue to export these things. I can probably. So this is a body, low poly. Let's do arms low poly. And the other stuff. So I could just like merge them into the same one because they're all going to be together at the end anyway. So I think I'll do that actually. Merge down, whoop, merge down. So these are going to be the extras. Extras. And that's it. We're done with ZBrush. So now I'll just create the UVs. Really simple. Load the ones that need UVs. So body and LP. And in the meantime, let's open Max and start to integrate things in the list. I've played a lot of that game a long time ago. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I never played it. I never played it. I'm not a big like battle royale guy, but I heard it was pretty fun. All right, let's. The cheese is melting. Very good. Sounds like a secret code. What the fuck's happening? Oh my god. My window just went haywire for a second. All right. So what I'm going to do is I just want to have like a scale reference of hmm, wait. Yeah, okay. So let's start fresh, but let's merge. Let's import something. Import merge. Let's go get one of my reference. I always use this guy here. Comment. Okay, let's use his head. Let's bring one head and the middle armor. That's really just like a reference that I know is going to give me like a certain amount of resolution on my character. This way, I know in advance like how much I can do close-ups and whatnot, because the quality will be similar. Let's get my ever faithful bitmap. All right, so while importing the guy, I'm gonna try to aim for like this like textual ratio. All right, so in resume, always the same thing. Now I put even less padding. I realize that it really doesn't change anything, and I save a bit on space by doing that. Then I need the where are those again? New. Oh, yeah, there we go. Edge loop. Enable 0.5, 0.25, and unwrap. And that's where I'm going to see if I actually need to have UDIMs or not. First, I'm going to let it unwrap itself, and then we'll check UDIMs. Why did you use 2DX and not Maya? Is it just personal preference? Yes, it's really just personal preference because I learned Max when I was at school. So I'm much more comfortable with Max than Maya. I mean, I did have to use Maya for some client gigs and stuff, but I mean, oops, just smacked my mic. Um, but I mean, it's like nowadays I find that the translation of with like FBX is very good. It keeps like any information from one software to the other. So often I see artists, like even inside of Chaos Masons, we have artists that have to deliver in one software, but they're not really good with that software. So they model with the other software, and just at the very end before exporting, they export back into the old one to do kind of like a check where like you'll format the mesh and whatnot, and it does the trick. As simple as that. So yes, here in Resin, normally you have to wait like a good like right now we've been waiting 1 minute and 40 seconds almost, and we're still at 10%. 10% is kind of like the place where you'll know if it's gonna work or not. But you have sometimes to wait for like 5 minutes to see if it's going to unwrap. But in almost like 99% of cases, uh, with the computer, at least the computer I had a few weeks ago, if I was under 1.6 million for the mesh, like it was unwrapping. It was okay. If you have like a ton of micro meshes, either because you had a bug in ZBrush, or you didn't clean your thing correctly, or maybe just the mesh itself has like a lot of like subtools and stuff. It can actually get more exponential in terms of like how long it takes to do the unwrap. I can actually hear the fan of my computer really going at it right now. Oh, you see, there we go, and it's unblocked. So you see 10%. Now we're at 24%. So from there, like I know it's going to go and do the rest. Yeah, I got a good machine, a really good machine now. But man, is it making noise. And it's like I bought like stuff to make it less loud, but now it just feels like there's like a guy with like a leaf blower outside of my house. That's that's how it sounds. There's not going to be a lot of leaf that's going to be blown by that time of the year, I'd say. It's starting to snow around here. 43%. Yeah, those like I would have assumed that it would have been finished by now, doing this like auto unwrap, and I would say that the reason why it's not doing it correctly, it's if we were to look at the ZBrush file again, I'm sure there's like a ton of like of my high mesh that have like a lot of like artifacts on them and weird things in the mesh, and that's like one of the reason for it to be really slow. If I was to actually make every mesh cleaner, that would probably have helped. But the approach that I used to make the Mega Wawa was to be as fast as I could into like the process. So with that comes a lot of like undesired artifact on the character. But yeah, whatever. We're here. So you see all that crap. But at least we got auto UVs. So you see, like before we do UDIMs, just for fun, like I mean, I know I'm gonna need UDIMs for sure, but just for fun, let's export this. So let's export it into LP UV, and let's bring it in Max here. Oops. Import. Oops. Come on. The hell. All right. All right, that one with UVs. Import as a single mesh, not a double, not retriangulate. No preset here, and the rest is all right. All right, so oh crap, he's much bigger than the other mesh. How come? How come he's? Oh, that's right. I took a mesh that was meant to be a mesh that was meant to be printed, so I actually could not use my default values of sizes in ZBrush. So we'll just upscale this guy here and just go about the size here. Yeah. Anyways, so let's slap this over this guy. So you see how like this one is like more like I think I need like at the very least to have like 3 UDIMs to get this resolution. And this means that like if I actually do this character and use my technique where like I try to not have any maps that are like 4K, I just use like 2K maps. I'm going to need like the same kind of like texel ratio to get what I need in terms of resolution for my renders. So yeah, and I'm just judging by the difference of like the square sizes, I think 3 UDIMs is going to do it. So let's go 3 UDIMs. And let's just click on this button here to repack. on 3 UDIMs. Bigger than most IRL Chihuahua. Sorry, what's IRL? In real life, okay. Right, so let's delete this. Re-import it. Same presets as before, so we're good. Slap this on. No, we're still a bit too low. So I'll go for 4 UDIMs and that should be alright. Read back. And for the arms and legs, it's probably going to be 4 UDIMs as well, because for like I'm having the same kind of like amount of million of polys for each meshes, so normally it means like actually, you know what, to be honest, there might be a lot of differences, but normally I start with like around the same amount and it gives me about the same results. All right, we're pretty much there. I think 5 UDIMs would have been the best to be like exactly the same, but hey, you know what? Let's do it. I feel crazy. Let's go for it. 5 UDIMs. I mean, I've had like models that had so many UDIMs, like upwards of like 100, I think. 100? Yeah, around like 100. And Arnold is able to take it. So it's just it takes like a lot of like data space on your drives. Like I have like 3 data drives just for like the stuff I'm handling. There we go. We're pretty much like 1 for 1 with like the size of this guy now, so we're good. This is what we're going to be using. Let's load the inner mesh. Arm leg LP. While it's doing his thing. Oh wait, it stayed in 4K? Wait, no, really? Okay. Alright. Weird. Weird. Okay, let's already give him 5 UDIMs, and let's pelt this guy. So while it's doing that, let's import the extras here. There we go. And I can already start like splitting them apart. All right, so detach, those are going to be hair. Actually, let's rename them with a wobble hair. Then this one is saliva. We go wobble saliva. And is the rest my self-illuminating pieces? Yeah, we're good. Actually, these names are a bit too long. I'm going to already do something to help myself. MHH is going to be Mega Wawa. MHH hair. MHH saliva. MHH extra. Which is actually self-emissive. And we're going to create one for painter. We're going to have one material per thing. So this is going to be MHH body. We're going to put it in the body. MHH, everything that's emissive. I'm still going to bring them in substance, I'm just not going to bake. MHH, saliva. MHH, air. Ah, no, wait, it doesn't have UVs. It's not going to accept them in substance. I could create like fake UVs for them. And this is going to be MHH arms legs. Let's save this. I'm going to create a new folder. Poly. Low poly, MHH, prep. Or are we with resin? Oh shit, already done. Alright, let's save. There we go, import. Let's just make it that. What? Oh, did I just click the wrong one? Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's just make sure the textile ratio is the same. Nah, it's about the same. That's good. Let's put their appropriate materials on them. All right. All right. Proper name. Okay. All right, so for the prep file, that's going to be all right. Actually, something I'm going to do like right now is just to be able to scale him later, what I like to do is I always have like a little cube that's kind of like hidden under here. I just have to make sure it's on the 0, 0. I put it under the floor, and I call this one MHH actor. And I put everything on this guy here. But this guy, I don't need to have visible. And this is what I'm going to use to export the substance. But before we do that, first of all, let's save. And second of all, let's make fake UVs just so I can import it in substance. Whoop, there we go. Let's go UV UVX4 UV map. And let's use spherical. Whoop. All right. By the way, is the sound still good? I'm just really curious. Wait, why did my emissive disappear? What? Why did my emissive disappear when I did that? And why is this one in an instance right now? Why was this guy an instance? Okay. Okay, what the fuck is happening? Why? Now it's the mustache that disappeared. I think it's like merging when I collapse them. Okay, let's make them all unique. This way, if I select these meshes and I say like convert to editable mesh, okay, see now they're not acting weird. Okay, let's make a test. Select everything, export. Let's put them in the bake files. It's going to be mhh all. And I'm also going to make one that is like just the actual mesh, like especially for like the baking of the AO, I might use just like this low but integral version for it. Maybe, we'll see. Because it's such a low mesh, I might actually use the real high res. So just meshes, just main meshes. All right. Let's see right now if in Substance it works, because I have to save the file. 100% for me. Perfect. Did you hear that cracking? I think the noise canceling probably cut that out. Like, you probably don't hear the drill right now, eh? There was like a drill, like right now. Did you hear the drill? Oh, you hear it? Sorry, the crack or the drill? Both, okay. Because the crack sound, the drill sound, the crack was louder. Yeah, it was right next to the mic. But for the drill, I mean, there's been like drilling all day. This one was like the worst that just happened right there, and you heard it. So it just shows that like my noise gate is it's pretty decent what it's doing. All right, so let's import all. Damn, what are these options? I always forget these, and now with the new computer, I don't have them recorded. I'm gonna need to find this information. Just give me a second. I'll find it. Okay, I think I got it here. Okay, document resolution. This, okay, so this, use UV tile workflow, preserve. There we go. All right. So, okay. Hopefully it accepts the failed to load 3D scene, loading failed. Really? Loading failed? Or is it because of the maps with the weird UVs? So let's just try to open this one here. Project has been modified, discard. Yeah, so it's like these meshes with like weird weird UVs, it's not accepting them, so we're actually going to work without them. I mean, I could like insist and make it work, but whatever, who cares? We're gonna try to stay like minimal time here, so all right, let's set up these windows like I had before. How was it before again? I had this here, or just on the side. Oh, how do you do that? How do you do that again? No, not like this. It was like half and half on the things. I don't remember how to do that. It was just like the top part was long like this, and then the bottom part was like both at the same time. But it was visible. Undock. Oh boy, how do I do that? No, layer stays there. Oh boy. I should have loaded. I should have saved a UI before changing. Toolbar, view, story, shooter settings. If I aim here, no, it just like it makes it like a. All right, well, geez, is the rest of that stream going to be me figuring this thing out? Oh, see, now it actually like goes like on the half, but it doesn't. Oh, okay, wait, okay. For a second, it worked. Okay, not sure why it did not work before, and now it does, but here we are. Okay, so this is how I normally have it. Something like this. And this, I actually remember now, it's merged with the layer thing. Like this. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. We are good. Let's bake this. Let's bake this shit. Okay. Save this. I'll close it for the moment. We're gonna get back to this later. Bake mesh. Yeah, on the right side. I tried on the right side as well. I think it was just a question of like how high I was on the window. Okay, so this is going to be easy. There's just two things to do. Right now I'm going to already remove the thickness from both of them. I'm not going to be using this. Let's bake the body first. Let's make this one visible. Right, so I'm going to bake in 4K. The distance is going to be 0.010. Oh, well, actually, you know what? No, because like the scale of my character is much different. So let's try to bake in 0.01. Normally at the size I would be using would be 0.001, the like the magic number that works for me. Not this time. So super sampling 4K, load the mesh. Marco, let's customize my UV substance. Nope. Yeah, it's pretty much how I felt. Okay, so it's there. So let's just see like what does the cage look like? The cage is pretty brutal. I really don't think I'm going to need this. So let's put it further. Actually, what if I just put the value I usually put? That's too much. But what if I put it to 0.05? It's still a bit far. 0.003, 0.003. Sounds about right. Doesn't feel like it's actually going outside of the things. All right. Let's bake this. Let's bake this. Before we do, let's go into our ID and say to go get the vertex color. Normal is fine. Ambient occlusion. Yeah, I'll bake the ambient occlusion on itself like this, I think. Or not. No, let's not bake the ambient occlusion. Is everything okay? I think it is. Let's go and bake this out. So it already created the ASBin file, so the baking goes like pretty rapidly. It's all the UDIMs. Once again, the curvature is the thing that sometimes like makes it crash. If it crash, just bake the curvature on its own process. Like me, it's probably gonna make the stream lag. How's the stream? Is like the video lagging? Sound? Is it good? I'm also hoping that like the better PCI bot helps for like those things that were lagging normally. No issues here. Perfect. That's what I want to hear. Correct answer. All right, let's remove the ambient occlusion, and we're gonna bake these as well. Same values. It's just we're gonna bake the arm and leg mesh. So you can imagine if you have more meshes, this is where it gets actually longer to do. But also, if I actually get like more meshes to do, you might have seen that from my previous stream. But I try to associate everything that's like metal, I put it together. Everything that's skin, I put it together. This way, I don't have to have like so much like layers and substance. But when it's a simple character, like this one, I'm just gonna basically just like, if I make a modification on like the plastic or the metal on one of the meshes, I'll just copy paste it in the other one or repeat the process. My favorite part is when the first bakes come out super clean. Oh yeah, I know, that's really satisfying, eh? Because you don't have control on the baking, so it's kind of like, if you see it's like it baked well, oh yeah, it's a pretty sweet feeling. My talent is lagging. Don't say that. Hey man, I'm freezing. I'm freezing right now. It's such a cold day and they still have not plugged the holes in my wall. I'm freezing inside of my own house. Do I have like a sweater or something? Nah, not really. Fuck. Alright, well, you know, it is what it is. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to bake the ambient occlusion. I'm going to also put the other one here. And we're actually going to bake the ambient occlusion on itself, but I'm not going to use the option to do it on itself because I find that it's like not the good quality. So I'm just going to bake this one here. Instead of like the decimated version and everything. Oh, but I don't want the saliva though. Why is it? Why is the saliva like inside of the mesh? Oh, okay, probably because it doesn't show because of the cage. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. Okay, so I don't want the saliva to bake its AO on it though. Oh, you know what? If that, we're gonna just use the same one. And let's bake the AO for both. Hello there. I'm rendering this correct. Well, right now I'm just doing the texture. But it will be rendered. This is a promise I make to you. All right, return to paint mode. So we have all of them, and they are now fully baked. Normal, world space normal, ID, ambient occlusion, the curvatures, the position, and that's all we need. So we're good. Baking is done. You see how it goes like quickly when you have like a mesh that's not too complicated? It goes pretty fast, and we didn't even have to do like a retopo and UVs and all that stuff. So more power to us. Okay, let's create a file called texture. And inside of texture, we're going to create a folder called export maps. And we're just going to save our stuff here. MMH 01. Beautiful bakes. I know. Makes me hungry. Actually, I'm super hungry. I'm hungry. I'm cold. Jeez. So, like, this file is probably going to be... Okay, let me guess. If the Mega Gato was 14 gigabytes, and this one is much less, I guess this file is probably going to be 5 gigabyte. Let me guess. Oh, wow. Just 1.7 gigabytes. Okay. Cool. Cool. What time and day of your stream? Do you mean what time it is right now? Okay, so you can see the like lack of resolution from my ZBrush in some areas, which is that's fine. I can do with that. Oh, there's one thing I didn't do in. There's one thing I forgot to do in Max is to weight the normals. Oh, well, okay, you know what? I'm gonna proceed like right now, and at the end, I'm either going to unsmooth or weight the normals at that time. I don't think I'm going to need to rebake. If I do, it's just a rebake. I won't lose anything in substance, so everything is fine. Oh, what's my schedule? My schedule is normally Tuesdays. I try to do them earlier Tuesdays than that. Yeah, normally I try to do them like around like Tuesday around 10, I'd say. EST or EDT, whatever. I think we're in EDT now. Montreal time, basically. All right, let's book Tacoma like I always do. Studio Tacoma. Tomoko, not Tacoma. Jeez. All right. And we do have the textures, and now let's do the layers. Am I forgetting something? Okay, actually, you know what? We're going to do it pretty simple. We're going to try to use all smart materials from the Megagato. So I think I did save them already, I hope. Megagato. There you go. I got them already. Let's just wait that they load. I got the Megagato skin, Megagato steel, Megagato armor 2, armor black. Oh no, that's Mika. You know, I don't know how recent they are. So one thing that I could do is first of all, I'm going to save this here. Did it already save? Saving project. Okay, now it's saved. Let's open another instance of Painter so I can open the Megagato file. Render. Picture. I'm going to resave the smart materials, just making sure I got the most recent, because I do not remember saving the smart material when I was done with that project. Man, it's cold. Ugh. So, you know what? I'm just going to go get like a coat real quick, because I'm freezing. Like maybe not a coat, but like a sweater or something. So I'll be back in a second. Actually, you know what? Instead of like putting it will be a tab for when I need to do something. I'm going to put the turntable of the Mega Wawa to show where I'm trying to get with this new character I'm making. Oop, there we go. This is where we're heading with our new guy. All right, I'll be back in a second. All right. Two sweaters. Doesn't change that my legs are cold, but not gonna put two joggers. Okay. Good. So I don't remember which one was the base for everything. But if I grab the torso, I'm probably gonna have all that I need. One for the torso, one for the skin. What do I prefer, summer or winter? Man, that's a hard question. I actually prefer, to be honest, I prefer, it's not one of those two options. I prefer autumn or fall, whatever how you want to call it. I prefer the season of fall. In Canada, it's just beautiful. The temperature is pretty decent, not too hot, not too cold. And yeah, that's my answer. But if I have to choose in between summer and winter, I'd say probably summer, but not by a huge margin. Like the thing that sucks about winter, it's just like you get depressed. That's like pretty much like what happens all the time. But and I actually appreciate like the snow and driving around the snow. I don't mind having to shovel the car and that sort of stuff. It's just at the end of winter you're like tired that it's winter. But during winter there's like a lot of like plus. I like the kind of like isolation of winter. I prefer when it's cold than when it's hot, to be honest. It's just now it's just like it's freaking cold inside of like my own house. It's like too cold for like comfort. But usually I'd rather be cold than being hot. So maybe I'll go to armor. Let's just call it armor. And let's put everything in there. Or I guess I can just do I need to wait before creating the smart material? I'll just wait for inventory. You can't sit on a chair without a heater. You mean like outside? Say well, normally if you have like a good jeans and such, it's not that bad. I mean, also like if you're like for me, it's if I go outside knowing that it's cold, like I don't mind. But like right now, I'm just like in my house, not moving, so I'm not creating heat, and it's just like cold and it's yeah, it's pretty hard to bear. But if I was to go outside and move, had a good coat, it would be fine. All right, let's save this. Let's also actually delete the other ones. Now let's go in the skin one. And let's create a folder. And I go to skin. Let's put it in there, and let's save that as a smart material. After it's done loading. Hey, I just joined your stream, watching your process on YouTube. You seem to do hard surface parts by sculpting the details. Do you do any other steps later on to make the hard surface part look sharper, solid, more solid looking? No, the point is to make it look good since like from the start. There's no process to make it sharper, like repolymodeling on top of like my ZBrush. No, I get the clean detail straight in ZBrush with my own process. If you watch the stream about the mantis, you see how I proceed now. All right, so smart material is now saved. It should pop in here also. The old ones have not disappeared yet, but the new ones are here. Are they? Yep. Okay. So So I'll close the other one here. I don't need that anymore. Discard. And let's do this. So let's start with the. I'll work on the body first. And for artists who have to sit 8 hours long, it's pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could augment the heat in the room maybe, but it's such a like the moment that they're done working downstairs, they're gonna put like the tarps over the holes, and it's gonna become like warm again. It's just because they probably have like the tarps open, so like all the cold air is getting into the basement. Okay, so we'll use this for the armor parts, and I'm going to also put the skin layer on top right now. All right. Right now it looks a bit intense. Okay, I'll split the masks right now. So black mask. This one I will call the mask by paint. Sorry. Okay, and I will go and remove the wireframe because that I don't like. There we go. And just to know what I'm selecting, I'm just going to create a temporary mask here. It's just like full on red. This is just to make sure I grab everything I want. Let's go back into the mask. Select like the teeth, the eyes, the ears, and that's all the skin material I think that like we'll be seeing. All right, so I'll remove this mask now, and then I'll go into the armor part. Should I remove the sharpen now? No, I'll just keep everything as it is. So I'll polish the skin later. I'll leave it like this for the moment. So rubber. Rubber, painted, that's painted metal. Steel. Okay, so I'll just reset all the maps. Oh, the overlays, I'll leave them like this. Because they're going to be applied everywhere. I didn't have teeth on the other guy, so I'll need to create a layer for the teeth for this one. So if there's something that shows as red, is because it's unassigned. I'll just start by assigning the proper materials to the proper places. Hello, are you remaking a new version of this character because I saw that you've already done it years ago? Yes, I'm just making the render similar to the Mikagato I did on the last series of streams. The way his eyes angle is scary. He looks like he's watching me. Yeah, that's pretty much the intention. All right, so yeah. Also, I'm going to be missing a few materials in there if I think about it. Yeah, let's go with what's obvious. Okay, so steel. Steel is everything that's going to be like grayish. So let's go with a color selection for everything that's kind of like that kind of like gray. The masks are not super good here. Might have to reduce some of the masks by hand. Let's just see how much I can stretch it with the tolerance. Ooh, that starts to select things I don't want. So we're done with the tolerance. Let's change the hardness. Right. Right. Now the painted metal, which is probably going to be a kind of like a black color, not a blue like with the Yumiga Wawa. There's already a mask. I just want to add the color selection. So everything that's this gray here. What? Oh, there's like a... Where's the red coming from? My mask is pretty good. Huh. It's inverted here. Okay, where's the... Do I have a fill somewhere that makes it look red? Okay, there was like a metal that was just going through. Huh. Not sure why. Anyways, so that's the paint and metal for the moment. We're gonna try to stay as far as like close as possible to the Mega Wawa though. I might actually need to put it a bit darker though. Okay, this is in case I want to have like an extra accent. I'll just put it off for the moment. These are base plastic. The plastics, yeah, where you can put them off for the moment as well. Base plastic. What's the name? Okay, we're gonna put these base plastic off as well until I need them. The rest are like effects. So there was a lot of layers on there. But this is basically everything that's like rubber. So the rest is, oh, well, there's like, no, wait, I forgot something. There are other kind of like metals for here. So pick, I have to also add these greens, but not the cable green, just the, not the synthetic muscles either, just, yeah, there we go. I think that's the, there you go. That's the accent color. And let's make it the same green. Actually, let's look at the ID map and do a color pick. ID map. There we go. Okay, and what's left? We have synthetic muscle, we have rubber, we have another kind of rubber, and we're gonna have the cloth. I think they're all going to fall under the category of what's going to be like under them. So for everything that's rubber and everything, let's just drop the mask, remove mask. So everything else is gonna pop. And we're going to synth. This is going to be the synthetic muscle, I think. All right, so the base material, I don't remember the base material was for what kind of rubber. But, wait. There's a kind of like synthetic muscle that I wanted to use a pattern on them. Probably gonna have to yeah, get them from another project. Are they here? Are they in my... Yeah, okay. I think I can get them here. Wait, there's questions. Okay, I'll just drop that, and while it's buffering the material, I'll answer the questions. What's here? Another cloth base. Strap. Elemental mech parts. It might be in here. I'll just drop it on top of everything. And I'll go find it. Actually, let's put that on pause. Yeah, elemental rubber. Yeah, there we go. Muscles. Synthetic muscle and everything. Let's drop this here. Over synth muscle. Boom. And let's delete this. All right. Let's unpause. So now the point is to call the synth muscles by the color. Here. Is the fabric on? Yeah, the fabric is on. It's just not showing correctly. This is the dirt, and this is the... This is their color here. Okay, it's a bit too dirty. Oh, that's actually one on the layer on top. It's not even, I'll just fix that later. Let's just change the color. Let's get the proper fabric size right now. I'm gonna have to stop the stream soon because I'm almost at the 2 hour mark and I have a lot of things to do today. Per usual. Alright, so my fabric is right there. I'll just change the tiling and the direction. Because right now they're all going in this diagonal. Yeah, there's not going to be a way to have it like look good on both sides at the same time, so I'll just try to get it somewhat diagonal like this. Somewhat following the muscle, yeah. Okay. Okay. This is going to be shiny rubber. Shiny rubber is going to be called with this green here. And shiny rubber is going to be much darker than... Actually, no, it's not a question of dark, it's a question of how green. So we're going to start with a color pick again. Actually, let's just get a color pick from the metal. And let's go from there. Probably darker like this. Let's keep it like this for the moment. All right, so I'm going to have the base level is going to be like this kind of like black straps. It's actually the right color already, but I do need to, let's look at our ID. So you see, I have this cloth material also to assign, and that's going to probably be it after that. So I thought I had like a cloth material here, but I don't really have one. There's a couple of layers also. Like I'm going to have to do a bit of a bit of like sorting out in there. I'll change the color of the metal right now. It's kind of like bothering me. Okay, we're closer. We're closer to the color of the metal from before. Are we going darker? Maybe not too dark. Cloth, I'm going to keep it like a warm color. And a bit more desaturated though. I still need to apply the fabric on it. Maybe I'll just repeat the this fabric detail, but smaller. Or wait, did I? Trying to remember if I actually had a. Let's start from there. Let's just copy that like fabric layer. Maybe like some kind of like carbon fiber material, maybe. A bit too small. Still too big. Too small, I mean, maybe too much. But I don't even know if that's really the effect I'm trying to go for. Is that going to be okay? We'll see. Definitely it's not, this material is not dark enough and might be a bit too glossy. It's way too much dirt on this material, but this is just like the beginning. So basically, like by now what I did is I just took the smart materials and I reassigned it to all the pieces of this character. We're still going to have a few materials missing for the arm when we're going to put the arms on. But so just to like do a little bit of like a briefing of what happened during the stream. So we basically took the meshes from ZBrush and we exported that. We decimated them into low mesh. We made the UVs. We exported everything, baked them in Substance, and slapped some like smart materials on them. So you can see that like by next stream we'll be really well advanced in the texture process, maybe even done. I mean, we'll see. But it's basically things are advancing pretty fast. I'm actually going to have to think about my next project relatively soon. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream with like a little raid. A little raid again. And oh yeah, wait, there was some questions in the stream. I just want to answer them. Nice drop on the Chaos Mason profile. Tons of great artwork. Yeah, thank you so much. We've been spending a lot of time recently just trying to put as much stuff as we can on the social medias. So yeah, thanks for noticing. Did I play Dark Souls and Elden Ring? Yes, they are probably my favorite games ever. Arguably my favorite games ever. Did I attend an art school? Yes, I did. I had a 1 year program where we went through like the software and everything, but I like to think that most of what I learned was self-taught with like tutorials and stuff online and a lot of work also. A shit ton of work actually. God bless Smart Materials. This is looking awesome already. Thanks, man. There's some tweaking to do, but like I mean, I did tweak the characters first, and it was somewhat fine. So yeah, it won't take much time for this one. That's gonna be good. Bird maybe. Actually, well, if I might not do a mega animal for the next one. I might actually just go back to doing like an insectoid or something new. I actually have some ideas for like a character. Like I'm replaying on my phone when I'm just like I'm waiting for something. I'm replaying Final Fantasy Tactic, and I was like maybe thinking of actually doing Ramza. Like it's that's a character that I think is like I like to do characters that are not like too like popular, and this one was one that I was like, oh yeah, that could be fun actually. There's also there's another one that I thought recently. I was like, oh, that's kind of like a bit niche, but it would be cool to do. Oh yeah, I have to think about this. It's really just because I played like Mario RPG recently, so I was like, oh my god, Geno is kind of like a cool character. Also, I've always liked Geno. It was probably my favorite character from the game. I don't know how you pronounce it. When I was a kid, I was like saying Geno, but I think it's Geno, like generation. The way like you pronounce the name of this character. Not sure. Um, am I a Souls gamer? Yeah, like I said, it's one of my favorite games. I just do something from Elden Ring. Well, I did the frog from Elden Ring. I did a frog from the world of Elden Ring in my last stream. So, yeah, for anybody that haven't seen like what I did in the past, there's a link at the bottom of the screen, and you can see like a lot of stuff that I did. Some stuff that I streamed, or you can just check my social medias, and you'll see all the models I did. And so yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to also learn about like my big project, it's Neo Apocalypse. You'll have the links to go there, neo-apocalypse.com. This is one of the thing I'm really proud of. And yeah. I think that's gonna be it. Let's do a little raid, and I'll actually go and edit all of that stuff, and we'll start from there. We'll start from there next time. So, anyways, thanks for joining in. That was really great, and I hope I'll see you soon. All right, take care, everyone.